Hello and welcome to another session of ICT lesson. Today I want to show you how you can create animation of fading picture. In this interface you can see here I have a design for a web page with a title, a picture and a button. So what I simply want is when a button is clicked, I am able to fade this picture slowly until it disappears, and that one I can do it comfortably using what we call a JavaScript library called jQuery. jQuery is a library of code which contains predefined functions to be used. So in this jQuery library, I will be invoking, or I will be calling, or I will be borrowing from it a function called fade out. And that is actually the function which we will use to make this picture fade away. I will show you in the folder the jQuery library, and take note that it is simply a text file. So in this folder here, I will open it. You can see I have a file. It is called jQuery, and this is the library I was talking about. This is the picture which I want to fade. Let me activate the details of the files. So in this file you can see under type it is written JavaScript file. So it is simply a JavaScript file which has code for us to use, and the reason why this library exists is to make the work easier for programmers so that they don't have to write so much code, because you could be repeating the same actions every now and then, rewriting the same code. So this library is there to simplify the work of coding and to enable programmers to write as shorter code as possible, which do much more things. So I'm going to start Notepad so that I can start making the web page. And to create a web page, remember we are creating a web page with the title, heading, picture and a button. Then after that we will put the JavaScript code to activate actions on it. Where a button is clicked, the picture is fading away. So to start the web page, always write the HTML code and close that tag somewhere down there. Then you will come to make the head, and in the head I will close it also with the head tag. After making the head section, I will make the body section. The body is the part which contains information, so I will close the body like that. Then inside the head I want to put the title for the page. Let me just call it animation, and I will close that title like that. Then inside the body, of course, I want heading. Let me just call it fading out picture. Fading out picture animation, and let me just call it fading picture animation, and I will close the heading. And below the heading I will insert my picture with img source. The name of my picture is Ocean. It is in the folder. .jpg. It is of type JPG. Below this picture I want 2 spaces, so I will use br tag or break tag to create 2 blank lines below the picture. Then immediately below the blank lines I will create a button. I will create a button. Type is always submit for the button. Then I want a label on top of the button. I will use the value property. So I will write here fade the picture. Okay, so if it is clicked, the picture will fade. Then this button I will give it a unique name with the ID. Let me call it btn, because I will refer to it in the JavaScript code. So I'm going to save this HTML code and the desktop inside my folder where the JavaScript library is saved. Then I will give this name maybe fading. Remember to put .html at the end, like that. So you can now see in this folder I have 3 files: a picture, JavaScript library or jQuery, and also the HTML page which I created. I will go ahead and open this fading web page for you to see what it shows. After refreshing this web page, you can now see my web page has the title and the heading, and the picture is shown there, and a button is here. But this button doesn't have any actions because I have not added the actions with JavaScript with the help of jQuery library. So the next step is simply to go and do the action part. So the first part is to link to this library here. I will write a code here below the title to link to the library. So I will just write scripts. Always use small letters, script. Then I will close with the script tag. Now the name of the library is jQuery and it is of type JavaScript file. So I will simply go here inside the opening script side and put source in short, like that, abbreviation for the source, and put quotation marks, and inside the quotation mark I'm going to write the name of this library, jQuery. Then at the end, since it is of type JS or JavaScript, we have to put .js at the end. Done. So I have linked my HTML code here to the JavaScript library. I'm going to save the changes. Lastly, I want to come here and below the body here, between the body closing tag and the HTML closing tag, I want to write my code for the action. So I will just write scripts, then close with script, just like that. Now to start the jQuery link, you will just start with the $, then put 2 brackets, then closing semicolon. Then inside the bracket I will call the first function, then put 2 curly brackets like this. Then I will click between the curly brackets and press enter twice to create a space here. Now inside that function which I have opened, I want to call this button. I will copy the name of the ID for the button, btn, then start with the $sign, open bracket like that, then to put 2 quotation marks. I will paste the name of the button ID. Then remember, when you are referring to an ID somewhere else in the code, you have to put hashtag before the name of the ID. So here I will say this button dot click, meaning when it is clicked, we want some action when it is clicked, and that action we will put it inside the 2 brackets of the click here. Just write function, then I will put the brackets, then curly brackets like that. Then I will click between the curly brackets and press enter, just like that. So I have created another space for typing the code inside the click. So when it is clicked, I want it to come and pick this image. So I will copy this img and just write here $sign, the 2 brackets, then put 2 quotation marks and just put img. So when the click event occurs, or when that button is clicked, I want it to come and pick the image dot fade out. Then I want it to fade at 3 seconds or 3000 milliseconds. And remember, fade out is a function inside the jQuery library, which I am simply invoking, or I'm calling it from jQuery library to come and do the fading action here. So after that, I will go ahead and save this code. I will now refresh this page and show you how the action is running. After refreshing the page, when now I go to this button and click it, you can see the picture is fading out and disappearing. I can refresh this page again, click the button, you see the picture is fading away. Refresh again the page, click the button, the picture is fading away. That is how we do actions on web pages by using JavaScript code with the help of JavaScript library called jQuery. Thank you for participating in this lesson. See you next time. Bye bye.